Okay, this is all about beauty, fashion, accessories. Let's go to Samantha Brown. First things first, you know when you go to get into an airplane and you gotta put the stuff in that top bin? I'm not a big fan of that. First off, I'm a little shorter and I'm old, so trying to get stuff in there and I feel like it just never fits. I gotta find a bin. Samantha Brown says, I'm gonna give you a bag that as is will fit under the seat in front of you on the airplane. You don't have to check this. You don't have to fight with the bin above you. This is the way it looks in its kind of like original form. It's lightweight. It's called the Underseater. It's usually $125. As a hot deal, it is $45 off in this beautiful tote. But you're like, Tina, what's the bag next to it? What's the bag over there? It's the same bag because this bag actually has a secret. It has a whole other compartment, right? Because now I went traveling and now I bought a bunch of stuff and I want to bring it back to me. This now is going to have an expansion. You can use it or not use it as well, but this is going to give you an additional storage area and organization. That now it will go into the overhead or you can check it however you want to do it. We're going to talk about all the, oh, by the way, this is the burgundy as well. It still falls underneath my 5 Flex, so get this on that. Laura Baker is gonna join me, who sent me a cat moonwalking video. I was like, your phone listens to us.
It sure does.
I can't believe these are both the same bag.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
I know, it's that transforming bag. So this is when it's completely open. So when you have it this way, it is still a carry-on and it fits into the overhead compartment for you, right? But when you have it here, it's truly an underseater, which means this can be your personal item, especially on some of those low-cost carrier airlines, right? Where they don't, you have to pay to have that carry-on bag. You get one personal item only. This can be your personal item, and yet it's still on wheels, so nothing is on your shoulders. And kind of like you mentioned, if you buy a lot of souvenirs, like I like to shop when we're on vacation, you have some extra room to bring them in. I'm gonna show so much organization. I'm gonna show it to you in the big one, and we're gonna start here in the front. So at the very front, there is your first pocket right here. This is great to hold those little things that you want to be able to have at your fingertips right at the airport. And underneath your seat in front of you, this opens up like this, so when you have it laid down, you can literally face this and you can see this entire pocket. In that pocket, there's a clear compartment, so you don't have to be digging in to find where all your stuff is, right? So you're just like, immediately, there's my tissues. Here is my sunglasses, because it has a nice, its own little pocket here, so that these won't get scratched. Maybe it's your readers, that type of thing. There's a passport here. I like to keep my phone cords in here, my charging batteries in here, and yet another pocket here. By the way, all of these have amazing zippers that are self-repairing, so you never have to worry about them either. They're really high quality. Then when you open it up, you get into the main compartment of the main suitcase. But notice what we have here. There's actually a tablet pocket. So this is extra padding with the elastic cord to keep everything in place. And then on the inside, I'm going to fold this down just so you can see what I have in there. This is one of our packing cubes that we have coming up. And this is massive. I mean, this is our entire huge packing cube. I'm gonna stick it underneath there. And beyond that, we have sweaters and more clothes and blankets and everything all inside of there. So look at how deep this goes when you're looking at this. I want you to see this too. So they didn't use it, but this is one of those things. This is so important because you have the elastic clothing holders in here. These are on the bottom for a reason. In the past, I had a suitcase years ago that they had them on top. If your suitcase isn't completely jammed out and you close those straps, what happens is everything still shifts inside.
There's gapping.
So yeah, everything moved around. So when I got on my trip, everything was like completely disorganized. With this, it actually holds it down into place. Also, it gives you a little compression so you can squeeze just a tiny bit more in when it's on the top. Then notice what's happening right here. See that this top portion that's opened up actually has a little different layer of separation in between the two. You can keep this open or you can keep it closed. There's another pocket of organization here on the top. And then to get into the top portion, when you have it open, you simply open up this zipper just like that. So they have shoes in here. That's a great idea. You keep your shoes separate from other things, but if you want to keep dirty clothes and other clothes separate. So see this right here? This is that layer that I was talking about that opens up, unzips, and opens up. So if you want it to be 2 separate compartments, you can, but if you want it to be one compartment, one large one, you can open it up and it can go all the way through.
Well, Jared is quite surprised about that one in my ear. This is whatever you need it to be bag. I mean, you know, spitball that with Samantha Brown.
Yeah.
Do you need it to be an underseater? It can be that. Do you need it to be, you know, an overhead carry-on? It can be that. Do you need smaller compartments? Do you need bigger compartments? It's whatever you need it whenever you need it, not having to buy all these individual bags,
And
right?
look how easy it was to fold it up.
Yes, right. So now it's back to being that. Wheels.
On wheels.
The handle that, you know, you're just wheeling this along in the airport. This is a buy now, use now. My friend, she's on a cruise right now. I'm not jealous at all, but I love that for her. Dawn, who's also one of our friends here of the show, she's about to jump on a cruise right now. It's one of those you can get so much in here because Samantha has really thought about all of the different for exterior pockets, the padded, you know, sleeve for your laptops, whatever that is, right? So many places, so everything has a little home.
Yep.
You're not gonna fumble around for everything. And because this is going in that under seat place, you can get to your phone, you can get to your headphones, you can get to your power bank, whatever it is, because it's in these nice little compartments. Taupe and burgundy are the two colors you can choose from. This was $125 when Samantha brought it to us. Well worth it. We have it $45 off. This is $16 on a flex pay, my friend. You know what, Samantha? I know this sounds so weird. Like, I was walking out of work and I ran into a Samantha Brown, but it's a true story. And I was pulling along my Samantha Brown bag and I was like, this is awkward. I was like, hi, Samantha Brown, love your bag. I think we all, because the hosts have to bring stuff in and out to work every single day.
I bring mine in every time too.
Every day.
Yeah.
So mine's not travel. Mine is
a work bag.
Every single day I have to use that bag. Still amazing. Her stuff is so durable and really is like the test of time.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, and that's the other thing is that we talk about travel. This is fantastic for doing that. Of course, you can use it as your carry-on. You can use it as an under seat when it's folded up. But the other thing I think this is great for is sales reps, right? Sales reps who have to bring paperwork and then samples because you can keep it as two different compartments. So all of your flyers can be in one area, your samples can be another area. Physical therapists, those home health therapists
what
that
about
have to go
like
in.
The hybrid people that work at home sometimes?
Some people that work at home, that's right. Yeah, so that's a lot of that these days, right? So they're partially working in the office and you're partially working at home, so you have to take things back and forth all the time. This is great for that as well. I know crafters who use this. I know I like to sew. I have some friends who do a lot of sewing weekends and stuff like that, so they put this in there for their sewing weekends. So really it does have a lot of different uses to it. I think it's really funny because I have one of the original versions of this that I got about 8 years ago, and a color that's sold out now. And my parents borrowed it because they were going on a trip and they were like, hey, da-da-da-da, we have this, we don't know what to do. And I was like, we didn't borrow my underseater. They were like, yeah, that was 2 years ago.
They're still borrowing it.
I haven't gotten it back. My mom was like, I love that suitcase. But my father, who never really comments on much, was like, that's a really great suitcase. I like how it folded out. And we brought back all of our cheeses. And
look at this.
Like, okay.
Yeah, my expansion would all be food.
Yeah, that's what
I would do. Snacks. Okay. Taupe or burgundy. Hot deal. Grab it when it's $45 off. But let's grab that packing cube that you just had because I want to make sure customer pick ultimate packing cube, $32.99 on sale. Watermelon, creamy vanilla, khaki, turquoise, sage green.